Hey students, so this is my second Photoshop demonstration video for Unit 3. So I'm going to open up Photoshop by hitting that icon on my iPad. And I'm going to bring up the Unit 3 personality poster that I worked on. So the last demo I actually showed you how to open up Photoshop. For this one, I'm going to show you kind of the images that are in here and how I actually made those images work. So again, I'm kind of looking for you to be very experimental. The way that you use Photoshop is experimental. So choosing different tools, playing around with the features and seeing what those different things do. And that's going to help you kind of figure out how to use that program. So again, all the tools are on the left and the layers are on the right. So my layer box, you can see I have lots of layers going on for this image. So I have my background layers and I have a series of images that I tried to kind of blend in to make it look more like a poster. So for the first project, it kind of just looked like a collage, and this one should look more like a poster. So I'm just going to break apart really quickly how I made these images kind of laced into the background. So the first thing I'm going to choose is the mountains back here. So if I click on the move tool, I can move these mountains around here. Okay. So how I did those mountains is I actually used the layer editing tools. And the blend mode is the key thing here for how to make these look more colorful and blended in. So using these blend modes and choosing different types of blending modes is how I was able to achieve those effects of making, you know, the mountains and all the other objects look like they're more blended into the piece. So I decided I wanted the mountains to stand out, so I chose this luminosity, and that kind of helped them blend in. So again, I went in and I erased a lot of it as well. The first Photoshop demo in the Unit 2 folder goes through how to erase and how to take things away. But that's how I kind of got that to blend together. Other items within the piece, the text is a new thing I haven't covered yet. So for text, there's a little T on the left-hand side of your screen. You can hit the T and you click or hold down and drag to make your text box. And that's where you'll type in whatever you want. So you can type in, you know, hey there. Do. Okay. And so, whoops, there we go. Okay, oh, I forgot to delete the other text. Hold on. Okay. So sometimes Photoshop does things that kind of irritate you, like bringing the image all the way up so that you can't see the text that you're trying to edit. It's very frustrating. And again, if we could all have desktop computers, that would be amazing, because Photoshop does work better on a desktop. But it does get kind of frustrating, like that I can't see what I'm doing here. So, see, and then a little keyboard can pop up. So the best way to do it is to actually hook up your keyboard, which I have a keyboard. So I'm going to do that, which I know is frustrating, and I apologize for that, but we'll get it done. All right, so delete. Now it's creating a bunch of different text. My goodness, and it's all in another language. Here we go. Whew, that was annoying. All right, let's try this again. Hello there. Catching some glitching here. Hello. Okay, so I said in the last demo too, if you're ever having like a lot of glitching happening, all you have to do is just close the app and reopen it. So I'm having some mild glitching. It's nothing extreme, but that's a good way to fix that problem. So now that we actually have the text in here, let's play with it a little bit. So we're going to hit that little T logo and select the text. Now it'll bring up a lot of different options here. So font size is a big one, and it's only highlight your text to do that. So I highlight the text, and I can edit the font size. You can edit the tracking, how close the letters are together. The leading, which is if you have two words on top of each other, it's how far apart they are. And all this other stuff, you know, all these other functions edit the text as well. You can choose the font here, and then you can change the color. So let's make it red. All right, and then let's hit done. So how did I do this text where it looks like it's kind of inverted? So remember that the text is a layer here. So if I find my layer, which is right here, so this is, nope, that's my other text layer. So, oh, great, now I can't find my text layer. So another annoying thing about the iPad app, there we go. Another thing about the Photoshop iPad app that's annoying is that it doesn't tell you the word. If you're working on Photoshop on your desktop, it'll actually tell you the word in the layer so that you can easily find it. But anyway, so I have the background. Now, same thing I did in the other layer properties is I went to the adjustments, and you can change the layer properties. So let's go back in here again. Here we go, blend mode. So now you can change the blend mode and you can make that text kind of layer into your background a little bit more natural. So what it will do is it'll pick up some of the thing behind it and we'll edit the color. So what I did with the text that's on my chest there is I inverted the text so that it kind of takes on the texture of my shirt, but you can still read it. So I thought that was fun with the different colors. So that was a long and painful explanation about how you do the text layer. So again, I don't want that hello there. So I'm going to just tap it again and delete it. The other things that you can do is to kind of layer these images in the background together using those blending modes. So like I'll choose the, let's do the coffee mug again, just like we did in the last video. And I chose different blending modes for how that coffee mug was going to be layered in there. And I think I liked the one that I chose, and I actually can't remember which one. I think it was the Vivid. I think that's the one it was. I can't remember for sure. But if you always want to undo, you can always undo, and it'll bring it back to what it was before. So let's see. Actually, now I'm curious to see what layer that, or what blending that was. Layers. Oh, it was just overlay. It was the first one. Interesting. So you can play around with these. This one, I did a lot of editing. And to be honest with you, I just played around with the program a lot. Adjusted colors, moved things around, erased things, and layered things together. And you'll notice too that my crazy background was just an image that I found online. So nothing fancy, that was just my background image. And then don't forget too that you can hold down and drag these layers back and forth to reorganize them. So if you're making a poster for yourself or you're layering objects together, make sure that you can kind of click and drag those items. Again, I'm asking you to experiment. So anything that you need or any questions that you have, please reach out. If you're trying to do something specific that you can't figure out, give me a shout and I'll help you out. Thanks for watching this kind of crazy and it seemed unorganized demo, but it would take me like 2 hours to explain how I did everything. So just reach out if you have a question about something specific.